Broke girls are tired of working, but men won't rescue them.
And don't want to work, cause truth be told, baby, we just tired of being slaves.
Broke girls are tired of working, but men won't rescue them. Today's video comes from Will Geesh and also Manosphere Highlights Daily. Both channels will be linked in the description so you can check them out and support them. So women are very tired of working right now. It's not just women, it's men also. But a lot of women are frustrated with it. They said they were independent. They said they don't need no man. And now they're finding themselves straddled down with high inflation, low wages, and no prospects for the future. Watch this video to fully understand the implications of this, why so many women are breaking down saying that they don't want to work anymore. They want to enter into their soft girl era, but that's not going to happen. We'll go over all the implications it's going to have for women, men, and society going forward. And now let's just go ahead and jump right back into the video.
All I see is masters and plantations when I look on Indeed. Cause who finna do all that work for the amount of money that y'all trying to pay people? And to be honest, it don't take no hour to make no $15. Gen Z, keep standing on business, baby. Cause ain't nothing like a strong mind and some confidence. Okay. Out of control, baby. Out of control. Ooh.
Say something, motherfucker.
I came to the realization a bitch just don't want to work. And don't. I hate it. I don't know how people can sit at a job for working 8 hours a day. I don't even know how motherfuckers can work 40 hours a week because I hate it. I literally hate it, especially working for somebody else. Like, if my job offer VTO, we'll be taking it quickly. I don't care because I don't be having the mental capacity to sit at somebody else's job for 8 hours a day.
You know, guys, talk about mental capacity. A lot of you guys are commenting now about my work ethic. As I'm sitting here working on this video for you, you know, I have a headache, and I've had headaches for the last couple of weeks, and I have to keep on working. And many of you have warned me about, you know, my use of painkillers, you know, Excedrin, Motrin, and a variety of other things. It's unfortunate, but, you know, I have to keep on working. This is a six-figure business, just this channel alone, and I have multiple streams of income. It's absolute nonsense when anyone says to me, Angry, you need to just shut it down and take a break and go smell the roses. Only an idiot would think this. Only an idiot would think this. You see, as a man, we have to imagine being a father and you have a family and you have children to provide for and a wife to provide for. You have to work through the pain. You have to keep on pushing. You have to keep on grinding. Now, I'm fortunate I get to work from home, although very often I work 60 hours, sometimes 80 hours a week, producing content and then working on my other endeavors. It's exhausting. But guess what? This is the job that I have chosen to do. I talked about it in one of my videos, the fact that I now have almost an 800 credit score. And someone said that, oh, you are boasting. And, you know, those are things you should keep to yourself. Yeah, that's not boasting. The reason why I brought that up is to make a very solid point. I worked very hard to rebuild my credit score after I came out of my illness, even while I was still recovering from 4 years of illness. Okay? I took a 600 and brought it to almost an 800 over the course of 1 year. That's pretty damn impressive, isn't it? Clearing up most debt and now being on my way to being debt-free and basically being able to live whatever life I choose to live on my own terms. But I have to work hard. You see, the thing is, women are not built for a lifetime of work. Many of these women are not even 40 years old yet, and they're tired of working. Okay? This notion of the career woman, especially in today's era, don't need no man. Idiot simps are saying that they know women who don't, you know, they're single and they don't need a man and they're happily single. These guys are full of crap. You see, old grandma is not telling you the truth. She's fronting. Now, if she has like, you know, family, you know, children and so forth, and a support system, that's different. But to say that a woman who has a support system is a happily single woman is a joke. if she has her children around her and her family and people supporting her, even though she does not have a husband, that is very different from your typical single woman who is being subsidized by the state as well as the simp economy. Most women don't tell men the truth. Most men don't know how women operate. You have all of these idiot simps, all right, watching my videos saying angry women don't need men. Women can live happily off, and no disrespect, AG, but you're wrong. Women do not need men. Not all women need men to survive. That's total BS. Not all women, but the vast majority of women, and especially women who are saying that they don't need anyone. Oh gosh, if you only knew. The average man does not know how the average woman lives. And they watch my videos over and over from beginning to end, and then they come to the comments and they try to argue with me and try to dispute what I have said. And the reason why is because their simp brains, their conscious brains, refuse to accept reason, but their subconscious brains are doing the math, and they realize that the things that these women are saying doesn't make sense. The math ain't mathing. Okay? Because simps want to live in their feminine. Simps want to put women on pedestals. Simps want to worship women. Simps think that women are gods. Simps think that women are above men. Simps think that women can live independently of men. Okay? Simps think that women are better than men. All right? Simps think that what I'm saying is a bad thing. Guess what? I'm just speaking the truth. These women are not telling you how many men that they have on the side helping to pay their bills, helping to subsidize their living. These women don't tell you that they cry at night. They act like they're independent and they walk around like they're so tough and they put on a front, and they do this for years. You don't even realize how broke a lot of these women are. They act like they're doing well, like they have money. Bro, they barely have money in the bank. I know this woman. She was a very, very nice woman that I used to work with. And she worked at a company. It was a very popular company, very prestigious company. And she's one of the people that helped establish that company in the modern day era. It's an old company. It was around for like over 100 years or around there. But in the modern day era, she helped to establish that company. And many of the people who worked at that company, she's the one who hired them. People who even trained me. And were in senior positions and positions of leadership at that point. You know what ended up happening to her? Basically, by the time I met her, she was already in her 60s, pushing 70. She looked great for her age. However, she was getting ready to retire and saying that she needed to get out of there. And where was she headed? Basically, to my understanding, she was living alone, like above a convenience store. And she's better. Things ended for her better than most, but it didn't really seem like she had anyone. She had no one to really take care of her, no one to be there for her. She was in pretty good health. But you know what ends up happening to a lot of people after they retire? They basically begin to decline cognitively. It's true. You see, if a woman does not have family, she does not have a support system, she begins to deteriorate rapidly. And women are not designed to work into their 70s and 80s. There are some women who are completely delulu on it and will try to act like they're not going to get married until they're in their 50s. They're going to have children at 60, and they're going to date billionaires at 70. This is the delusion that they are putting out there, and they will stay on that hill. Guys, women never take accountability, and they will stay on that hill. This is one of the most frightening things with a lot of women. They will double down on their ego. They would rather pass and leave this world. They will have tears in their eyes. They will call upon God and blame God. Guys, it is a frightening occurrence. Women would rather transition to the next world without ever admitting they are wrong or taking any accountability, which could improve their life substantially. Okay? They would rather stay on that hill and transition to the next one than ever admit they are wrong, repent, and take accountability. Because that is how their ego works. And that makes women very, very dangerous. A person that is so stubborn, they cannot admit wrong. They cannot admit that they are wrong. They can never apologize. They can never be humble because their ego is so great, and they will shatter if they have to actually be accountable, if they have to actually be honest for a moment, be real for a moment. Okay, let go of their ego for even a moment. They will shatter. They will burst out into tears. They will break psychologically because they are so egocentric. It's unreal. A woman, the average woman, is more stubborn than a mule. It is a frightening thing. And that's when you realize that you're dealing with, at times, functional insanity at best. Because only someone who is not completely sane would hold on to distorted beliefs and views that are you heard me right, that are counterintuitive and productive to one's own survival. A woman will sacrifice her survival for her ego. A woman will give everything away and throw everything away for her ego because she is so egocentric, and her ego is so embedded. She cannot submit. She cannot let go. She cannot obey. She has lost her humanity in this way. She has disconnected from the superconscious, and the ego within her is of the Jezebel. It is of the dark one, but she does not care because that is what she has chosen to transition into. Not all women are like this, of course. For example, Soraya, I've had her on the channel once. I've featured many of her videos, and this is a woman who is not egocentric. This is a woman who can apologize. This is a woman with manners. This is a woman who shows people respect, shows men respect. Okay? And this is one of the reasons why men have to understand that you don't have to put up with it. You don't have to put up with any of it, y'all. Okay? Because the reality for a lot of men is they should be going overseas where women are fit, feminine, friendly, and submissive. Women in Western society, their entire goal in life is to tear us down as men while elevating themselves. That is the way that they operate. That is the way that they think. It's sad. I know, guys, it's sad, but that's how they are. Because that's how they are conditioned. You see, in every woman, there is a seed when they are born. And this seed, if given sunlight and water and allowed to grow, will grow, spread its roots, grow and spread its roots throughout all of them. It'll be in their arms, their legs, their ears, their brain, their eyes. You can never get rid of it. And that seed leads to these women resenting men. It's a form of masculine defiance. It is the Jezebel. It is the streets. And unless a woman is raised to be fit, feminine, and friendly, to be a wife and a mother, to be submissive and obedient, does not mean that she allows a woman to treat her poorly, but she understands how to speak to a man, how to convey her message while maintaining her femininity. Unless she is raised with those traits, then she will never be able to truly be a lady later on in life. I'm just being very, very honest. I'm just being clear. It doesn't mean that she doesn't curse. It doesn't mean that she's a perfect person. Who really likes perfect people? I don't like perfect people. I hate perfect people. Don't get me wrong. For example, I was talking to my Yumi, and she had made a comment about, she strives for perfection. And I really wanted to know what she meant by that. And then, we were able to figure that out. But she basically meant that she strives to do her job as competent as possible. All right? But not necessarily to be a perfect person, because that's impossible. And no one likes so-called perfect people. There's some of you guys that are idiots also. Like, there's some, and you know who you are, right? Oh, you must always be perfect like Christ. Like, you'll never be perfect like Jesus. Here's the thing about Jesus. Even Jesus lost his temper sometimes. What is perfection? Perfection is in the eye of the beholder. Okay? In many ways, we are perfectly imperfect. That's the way that God made us. Trying to be in this continuous state of perfection and godlike, we will never be God. All right? And godlike, in many ways, is just to accept God and want to be one with him. You know, God doesn't care so much about a lot of things. For example, he really just cares more so about your relationship and your desire to be with him and to serve him. Okay? That's really it. Because when you look at the Bible, the kinds of people that God chose to do his work, not all these people were the greatest of people. You had some really fucked up people in there. But as long as their hearts were in the right place, in the sense that they loved God and would obey God and submit to God, God didn't really care so much. You know, God was more worried about obedience and compliance and submission, not perfection, versus people who are a bunch of damn hypocrites. People who did not love him and chose not to know him. Okay? I'm not saying that there are people. I'm not saying that there weren't consequences. Like, for example, Moses, he struck the rock when he should have spoken to the rock, and that kind of fucked up his life right there. But even then, God did not abandon him, and even though he did not enter into the promised land, he did get to enter into the kingdom of heaven, which is 10 times better than a piece of land, from the Nile River to the sea. Okay. So he definitely he definitely won in the end, because God basically resurrected him and brought him to heaven, evidently. So he won. He won. Guys, you have to understand that in modern day society, most women have lost their spiritual connection with the superconscious because they were raised to be egocentric. And the ego is what separates women from God. It destroys their relationship with their humanity. It destroys their relationship with men. It creates significant problems for them in society, and it damages their relationship with God because they would rather preserve their ego than accept God, submit to God, and understand the structure that God has given forth, where he has put men as the house that houses the woman. Okay? Okay? God gives us all. He is everything around us. The man creates the house. The woman lives in the house. The woman is under the umbrella of the man. But the woman today goes around saying that she has her own umbrella. She don't need no man because she is the umbrella. When the reality is that when a man walks away, she's left out in the rain. And all of this occurs because of her ego. And she would rather stay out in the rain and get soaked in the rain, in many cases, than ever admit what she needs and who she is. And even when she becomes desperate, she'll try to get under someone's umbrella, under a man's umbrella. She will say that she will demand it. She will go to great lengths to get it, but she will never be grateful for it, nor will she repent for her ways and the things she has said and done. This is the nature of a woman. And let me make this clear. It is not that women are bad. It is not that women are evil. But a lot of women have been raised in this environment, and they have been conditioned to embrace the Jezebel. And it's not just women who embrace the Jezebel spirit. It is also men. The Jezebel spirit can inhibit both men and women, and it's obviously running through so many men today. We call these men simps. The simps are, guys, you have to understand just how wicked a simp is. Because a simp consciously knows what they are doing is wrong, consciously knows what they are doing is evil, and they continue to do it anyway. You have to understand that simps have betrayed man, they have betrayed humanity. In many cases, they have betrayed God because they have turned away from the teachings of God, and instead they have chosen to embrace the teachings of the world for personal gain. The reason why they simp is because it is a means of survival. They do not care about the consequences whatsoever, because a man who fears God is a man who looks at the wisdom of God and the nature and the organization and structure that God has chosen, making man the leader. And yet simps rebel against this because they have chosen to follow the state. They have chosen to pledge themselves to the state instead of pledging themselves to God. These are immoral men. These are men who are filled with lust, desire, and want instant gratification. Okay? They're basic the simp is essentially the equivalent of that guy from 300S. Do you remember in 300S? Some of you saw the movie 300S. There was this disfigured individual in 300S, and he ends up betraying, the Greek Empire, and he's a punk. And of course, the king says the famous line, may you live forever," which is, they believe that eternal life, at least in our mortal forms, in the flesh, is a curse. And that right there is the simp. The very moment that he was offered the opportunity to betray his king and betray his country, he took it. He 100% took it, so that he can go and enjoy himself with individuals, ladies who may very well have been diseased in that era. So his life would potentially have been cut short. And in a kingdom that would eventually be defeated, he threw away every single thing to ease his lust and his desire when he did not get what he wanted. You see, he could have actually gone on to do other things. He could have, even if he wouldn't be a fighter, even if he wouldn't fight, he could have used his mind. He could have done so much more, and yet he chose not to. And that is the simp right there. They act as though they care. They act as though they are one of us, but they are not. They are not of men. They are of the evil one. They have chosen to embrace the spirit of the Jezebel. They have chosen to embrace the spirit of darkness. They have chosen to embrace man and mankind. They have given up their humanity for the prospect of pleasure and instant gratification, of survival of the state. They know what they're doing. They've betrayed God and man. Okay? This is how they survive. They basically want to lower man's status. God gave us the ultimate status. He said that he said, listen, you're in charge. You're the leader. You are the dominant. And simps have been working from the very beginning to undermine this structure. Because the simp does not care about anything other than pleasure, power, and they have an absolute disdain and hatred for men. Why would they hate men? Because God loves us. You have to understand that the simp also hates itself. So that internalized hatred will then spread outward. The simp sees nothing but more than money and pleasure. The simp just wants to ensure that its balls are empty and its belly is full. Okay? The simp is a dangerous individual. And it's because of the simp why women are, unfortunately, the way that they have become in society. Because the simp has allowed toxic ideologies to grow and foster. You have to understand, a lot of what happened here, it happened to women because the simp pushed for it. The simp enabled it. The simp willed it. Because it's just a means of survival. They operate as agents of the state. And in return for betraying men, betraying masculinity, betraying humanity, they are allowed to survive and thrive. They are given access to resources. They are given access to women that they usually would not have access to. And unfortunately, women are easily gullible. Women are easily fooled and easily swayed by the words of authoritative and dictators and people who make crazy promises. Okay? They're easily swayed by these things. It was so, George Orwell, he wrote about it in 1980. He wrote about it in his book 1984. He talked about how women were the ones who were the most easily swayed by by an adherence to these toxic ideologies. This is the reason why women need men, because men are able to reason, control their feelings, and reason not from a place of feelings, but from a place of facts. If you look at the screen, you'll see it was always the women, and above all, the young ones who were the most bigoted adherents of the party, the swallowers of slogans, the amateur spies. 1984, George Orwell. This book came out 75 years ago. And when it came out, it came out in 1949. So he predicted all of this 25 years before 1984, in 1949, and 75 years ago at that we'd be living in this modern day dystopia. That this would be the reality that we would be in, that we'd be experiencing this type of nonsense. You see, women are easily drawn into these things, into this type of mischief. It's a sad reality.
I don't. I have very low attention span, and half of the time I just don't be paying attention. Like, I don't want to do it.
See, guys, most women cannot work. In so many countries, women are allowed to retire before men because women cannot work these long periods of time. The truth is that a lot of women, the vast majority of women, they're going to have their adventure, and then they're like, okay, I'm over this now. I want to enter into my era. I want to enter in my soft guy era. Women no longer even comprehend the value of money. They don't understand the value of money. They think that every guy is supposed to be a millionaire. All right. To have this level of juvenile thinking, this childish way of thinking, this illustrates how gullible, some of these individuals are. The fact that they think using feelings and not facts. They process feelings in the place of facts. And when they do attempt to select from facts, they choose the facts that they like based on the feelings and how their feelings and how those specific facts make them feel. So, do I like this fact over this fact? I do. This fact makes me feel better. So I'm going to go with this fact. That's how they reason. That's no way to reason. But this is the reason why women need men to help them in this way.
Work 5 days a week for 8 hours a day. I can't. When my job offer VTO, I take it. Now I do go to work now, so I don't get in the comments being cute. But it's hard for me, and I don't want to work, these long hours. Working 8 hours a day, it's not giving for me personally. Like, I need something else. Like, I'm dreading. Like, I know I can't be the only person that feel like this, but working is so overrated. I'm sick of it. Like, I feel like this new generation, none of us don't want to work for real like our moms and, moms and dads and grandparents did. They went to work, but nowadays we don't want to work. I want to make money another way, because just having to just deal with people, especially if you in customer service, dealing with customer service, it's a lot. Like, it's just so much, y'all. Like, I just don't know what I want to do.
She doesn't want to do any work. She wants to be lazy and have a man take care of her. And guys, notice she's like, she wants to do something else. What she means is only fools. What she means is only fools, guys. OF, all right? She wants to go and set up an OF and have simps worshiping her and make her money that way. Okay? That's really what she means. She don't want to come out and say it outright. But that's how most women feel today. Okay? They want to go and they want to make their money off only fools. Okay? I mean, guys, literally all of these women are popping up now and they're like, oh my gosh, look at all of the money that women are making on here. You know what? I think I'm going to just do this instead. Guys, think about this very carefully. Average only 16,000 creators on OnlyFools make $50,000 or more. The average OnlyFools creator only makes $180 a month. $180 a month. And because, they go on there and they busted wide open for these simps for $3.99 a month, it makes them somehow think that they're high value women. And they're like, oh my gosh, it's it's made me feel so much more confident in myself, and I feel better about myself. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, 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 damn. Like, these women really have lost the plot. These women have really, really lost the plot. It's crazy. There's some women who are coming out now and talking about the negatives of Only Fools, the consequences of Only Fools. All right? But it's not going to end. Like, a lot of women are treating this like it's the new welfare. They think that this is how they're going to survive. Like, that's what she really meant, trying to sell underwear and undergarments to simps. These guys are. Could you imagine how gross these simps are? Like, these simps are so gross. These simps are terribly gross. Like, they are gross, 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 gross. Only Fools actually made $1.7 billion more than all of the NBA players last year in 2023. Okay? And a lot of women are treating Only Fools like it's the new YouTube. Okay? And that's absolute stupidity. We have this one article right here. I worked for Only Fools. The disturbing things I saw scared me out of that business and back into the church. Y'all see that? Back into the church. Guys, what does Only Fools do? Only Fools leads to the streets, and the streets leads to Only Fools. What do I always say? The church leads to the streets, and the streets lead to the church. So stay out of the church and off the streets. So these are vicious cycles, because we all know that one leads to the other. Only Fools leads to the streets lead to the church leads to the Only Fools leads to the streets lead to the church, and the church leads right back to the streets. Okay? And of course, the streets lead right back to Only Fools. It's a vicious cycle. So when after they've done this, they've lived this life, where are they going to run? Where are they going to go? They're going to go to the church. Let's check this out. So this is a recent article, just came out. She's not a fan. When Victoria took a job at an agency that recruited for OF back in August of 2022, the 26-year-old hoped to use her background in marketing to help women build their small businesses. Only Fools is a small business, bro? Do you think they're small business owners? That's why the IRS is setting up to arrest many of them. The DOJ is investigating so many of them. But I digress. I really didn't have much knowledge about what Only Fools was, Sinus told the Christian Post. I had never watched adult content in my life, liar. And now, for a lot of people, there is still an enigma around Only Fools. People think you can just sell your feet on there, or I think it's liberating, she said. And so for me, I was like, okay, these girls were doing Only Fools, came from poor backgrounds. On the surface level, it seems like they're happy. That's bullshit. That's total BS. A lot of women with college degrees, there are women with law degrees in chemical engineering, medical degrees that are going to Only Fools. She is full of crap. It seems like they're making good money, so this must be something positive, she recalled, right? So her job was to recruit women for Only Fools by finding women who posted provocative photos on social media. She created a tier system for creators to categorize the women by how scandalous their content was and determined how high their payout would be. Evil. All right? Once a creator's following became too large for them to manage themselves, the agency would step in, hiring people to impersonate the women in chats, men, with subscribers to maintain and increase their earnings. Level 1 originally began with women posing in their bathing suits. Level 2 was women implying being unclothed, and level 3 was fully unclothed. But scientists suggested that level 1 somehow implied being unclothed photos that might be banned on other social media sites to help boost how much money the woman would earn. So, but what really made her uncomfortable was the specific request that men would submit into related to their kinks. The request included asking girls to write things like SLUT on their stomach, post photos of themselves um, that were, where they were tied up, wearing specific shoes, blow up balloons to a certain size, and then stomp on them. Some people may go, oh, that's just a joke. But no, Sinis said, someone paid good money and they got, turned on by girls stomping on balloons. And it was so specific, it really disturbed me. That disturbed her, not the kind of content that's on there, not the fact that you have people who are on the platform that are not of age, that shouldn't be there, that are going off with really horrible individuals. You've got to be kidding me. What a horrible person. One man even wanted to see a woman dangle from a ledge as another stepped on her. Okay, soon enough, the video is not going to be enough, she said, and they're actually going to want to put someone in a position where harm could occur, because now they need to act out the fantasy because we're feeding into those sick and twisted requests. Look at so now she's a follower of Christ, guys. Don't be surprised if she was making content on the platform herself. Guys, this is the reason why I say a lot of y'all can't read between the lines. Look at what this woman looks like. Look at the insane amount of makeup that this woman is wearing. All right, guys? She looks like the kind of person who would be on there. And look at her, follower of Christ. She has on the cross. Guys, look at the amount of makeup. Look at the way that she does her makeup, the contour of her nose. Look at the lips, lip filler. Y'all, this looks like a former OnlyFools content creator. Oh, she was just handling the marketing. You see, guys, this is why you have to learn how to read between the lines. When you pull on the thread a bit and think about the psychology behind it, you're like, oh, wow, that's really twisted. Sinus eventually became so uncomfortable with what she was seeing on OnlyFools that she dreaded logging on to work and went back to her childhood church. I work for OnlyFools and I just don't like myself, she said, introducing herself to the church speakers that day. Who happened to work for the anti-exploitation group Collective Shout. A few days later, she quit her job, working in a cafe cleaning toilets. While she evaluated her life's path. So she quit her job at OnlyFools and then I guess went on to work in a cafe cleaning toilets. Sinus later found Creating Gems, an organization that educates girls to understand their intrinsic value, to understand that they are made for so much more than to be hot or to aspire to be OnlyFools fangirls. I mean, guys, she's obviously leaving some things out. She's saying things like, "Oh, because a guy asked a woman to stomp on a balloon, that just made her very uncomfortable." Guys, that made her uncomfortable. You've got to be kidding me. Or to write a specific word on their body. I'm sure there are many more sick requests on that disgusting platform than things like that. She is leaving so much out, y'all. This is the reason why you need an uncle like Uncle Angry to let you know that, the math just ain't mathing. The math just ain't mathing. And I know a 304 when I see a 304, okay? She wasn't simply working in marketing on OnlyFools. She was marketing herself on OnlyFools, but she will never admit to it. Yeah, y'all see that? You see how Uncle Angry caught that? Because Uncle Angry wasn't born yesterday. Uncle Angry wasn't born yesterday. Uncle Angry knows Uncle Angry knows a 304 when he sees a 304, and that's a 304.
I hate working. I don't enjoy it. I want to make money. I want to make money in other ways. I don't want to go work for nobody. I don't want to clock nobody else's time. You know what I'm saying? So
when she says make money other ways, how is she going to make a substantial amount of money any other way? Being a businesswoman, it's hard to run a business. Guys, she means OnlyFools, and she means OnlyFools. She means lonely fans.
I don't know, y'all. I gotta figure this out because, this ain't gonna work much longer. Like, it's not gonna work. I am tired.
I have cousins in Generation Z, and they feel just like how she did. They're like, no, this ain't it. This working stuff. No, there's got to be another way. How do y'all do this? Like, we can't do this. There's got to be another way. It's not for me. We don't want to do it. And a lot of my Gen Z cousins, they do a lot of the gig economy work because at least they like the free time that it gives them, or a sense of freedom that it gives them to be able to work whenever they want to and on their time. People don't want to work, and you can't blame them. They feel burnt out already, but it's funny.
The realization that I just don't want to work anymore. Like, it doesn't matter the job, the career path, the location. I just don't want to fucking work anymore.
Let's talk about how I don't want to work no more. Currently, I work at a furniture store and I get paid $16 an hour and we get paid bi-weekly. 2 weeks ago, I got sick and I wasn't able to go to work. My boss sends me a picture of the new schedule for the upcoming week, and I went from working 4 days a week to now I'm only on the schedule for 2 days. I send him a text back like, bro, like, why am I only working 2 days? He replies back, bro, you called out. I say, bro, I was sick. He then says, yo, I come to work sick all the time. What's your excuse? At this point, I'm frustrated and I'm already looking at other jobs. But then like, bro, like I start to think, I'm like, bro, if I get another job, I'm likely gonna deal with the same BS, the same stuff. And then you start thinking like, bro, like if I'm gonna go through the same thing at another job, why do I wanna keep working? Now look, today I was supposed to come to work at 10 o'clock and leave at 3. Bruh, 10 o'clock came, I was in there chilling, editing videos, doing what I had to do. When I see what time it is, it's like 1 o'clock. And like, I'm literally just thinking, I'm like, bro, like I gotta get me another job. Like, it's not gonna last here, bro. But then again, I'm like, I don't wanna work no more, yo. I don't wanna work no more. So, bro, you know what I did? I clocked out and left. I be seeing these people on TikTok, they making money off the TikTok shop. They making money off the long form content of doing like 1 minute long videos and everything like that. And I see it. And, you know, me, the type person I am, it's not.
Yo, little bro just called 1 minute videos long form content. And I understand the context that he's talking about TikTok, but there are many TikTok videos that can run maybe even 5 to 10 minutes, right? And he's calling, because I've watched them. So, and he's calling 1 minute TikTok videos long form content. Did I misunderstand that? Do you know how much work, guys? You guys know how much work I put in to do this, to produce this content for you. I could be doing other things. My head hurts right now. I want to be, guys, I want to do other things. I wish I could. I really don't spend enough time playing video games. I don't spend enough time playing video games. I don't spend enough time watching anime. I don't spend enough time doing leisurely activities. But you know what? I have shit to do. I have work to do. All right? These people are not built for it. Okay? Gen Z is not built for it. And it's like, you know, hard times are here. Guys, don't forget that the baby boomers, these people are rapidly ending up homeless as well. So many of the boomers are rapidly ending up homeless because of very poor decisions that they made. And these same bad apples will then turn around and blame everyone around them. You know, look at this comment. I think I brought this comment before. Baby boomers, it was on my video. Baby boomers are begging their kids for money. This came from Playboy X 8856. He says, boomers are narcissistic. They guilt the same Gen X and even millennial children they spent all of their prime years telling they don't owe anything to because their 5 marriages and selfish desires were prioritized first. We're seeing that same kind of narcissism from modern women. Gen Z is just a finished product. When you look at the way that Gen Z behaves, their anti-work attitude, you know, boomers will say, oh, I worked very hard. That's socialistic, that narcissistic, that, you know, that lifestyle where money is the center of their lives. That comes from the boomers. That 100% comes from the boomers. Do you understand? Gen Zers will never be happy no matter how much money they have. You're like, oh, it's all about the vibes. They want someone else to subsidize their living. You know, I talked about this recently where a lot of Gen Zers are not going after Gen X anymore. And it was pretty easy Basically, Gen X just ignored them, and in many cases, probably threatened to take away their allowance, because most Gen Zers right now who are employed, these are people with jobs, are still receiving money from their parents to survive. We're not talking about the 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds. We're talking about the 25 through 27-year-olds, the oldest of Gen Z, and arguably among the worst of Gen Z, are still receiving money from mommy and daddy, even though they have jobs. Okay? If granted, you could barely call that gig economy shit actual work. They're just pestering people for tips.
The money. It's not always about the money. It's about moving freely and doing exactly what I want when I want. I just want to be free. I just want to wake up every morning and be like, bruh, what am I going to do today?
You see how foolish do you see how foolish this cat is? Guys, so when hunger and desperation sets in, these are the same dudes that'll be out there stealing. These will be the same dudes that are out there committing crimes. Okay? To get what they want. When hard times come, these are the same dudes that'll be out there doing a whole load of bad to get what they want. I'm just being honest with you. Because they didn't prepare for hard times. They wanted everything handed to them. They wanted everything handed to them. And they lived these terrible lives. They lived these frivolous lives. And now guess what's coming? Consequences. You see, guys, you have to keep your skills up to date. And when someone like him becomes desperate, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to turn to selling illegal substances. They're going to basically do a whole lot of bad. They're going to do a whole lot of bad. And then when they end up in prison, they're going to blame someone for it. Blame everyone else for it while taking zero accountability for what they've done. That's the reason why I call them bad muffins. That's the reason why I'm so critical of them. Because of just how ridiculous they think and operate. How sadistic it is that they believe that society and the world owes them something when it absolutely doesn't. They frustrate me. They piss me off. They irritate me, and they might go, "Oh yeah, we want to piss you off," but they're not just pissing me off; they're pissing off society, and as a result, they're finding themselves being shut out of society. The boomers don't have forever, by the way. Age, illness, hardship, poverty, destitution. These people were born rich, and they will leave the world poor. That's usually how it works. Half of all boomers have zero retirement savings. And then from the other half, only 30% have $100,000 or less in retirement savings. The rest have next to nothing. And while the average boomer needs $53,000 a year to survive in this economy, that's not even factoring where inflation is going. They would not be able to get by on the ones that have some retirement savings wouldn't be able to get by on that for more than a year or two. Many are living in poverty. Many of them, would qualify for food stamps, but they don't want to qualify because they don't want to go and get it because they're too proud. These are the types of people that we're dealing with. They're too proud for food stamps. They're too proud for EBT. All I can do is really shake my head. By the way, guys, just to let you know, I've been grinding hard. I've been working hard. I talked about a course. We have a course. Putting together the course for you guys that would teach you how to scrape the pot clean, how to survive and thrive if you are living off the grid, if you are homeless, or if you want to just minimalize, cut down on your expenses. There's so many ways to basically live a better life, cut back on those expenses, and basically you're getting the same good food that everyone else is getting. You're getting access to all of these things, and you can basically live a comfortable life and go into your soft guy era. Okay? So I actually have the course made for you guys. I was grinding. I was grinding very, very hard. I went hard. got the course made for you. I also have an ebook, you know, for those of you that just want to, you have an ebook for you guys, and I have the course, so you can you can purchase the course. And those that just want to check out the ebook at first, those will just check out the ebook, and then if you want to purchase the full course, you can go ahead and do that. But it's there's so much knowledge in there that can help you to survive and thrive through hard times and even good times. Like right now, you should be grinding. Okay. So there's a lot of things that you are entitled to as a man. Just because you're making good amount of money does not mean that you should not be fully taking advantage of all the opportunities that are out there for you right now. I'm telling y'all right now. And these are skills that I learned over the last, over the last 10 years. Over 10 years ago, I ended up homeless, and I had to learn how to survive with nothing. And I've taken all of that knowledge, I've taken everything that I've learned after that, and I've put that into this course for you guys. And you're going to be able to take this and use it to build yourself up. Okay? I don't care how much money you have in the bank. All right? It doesn't hurt to have a bit more. It doesn't, whoever, looked a gift horse in the mouth. And that's really what this course is. It is a gift horse. So that's going to be available for you guys soon. The YouTube business course is going to be available soon. But this course is out. This course is done. And I'm just getting the website organized for you guys so you can just jump on there and purchase it. That's going to be coming very, very soon. Very, very soon. It's so crazy, guys. Because, my work is important. Some of you act like, oh, my job is not important. This is my job. Making content for you guys is my job. And, among other things. And if I don't make my content one day, if I say screw it, because, you guys wake up every single day, and every day, you can look forward to Angry Guy videos. And not only and my content's only gotten better. They went from 10-minute videos to 15-minute videos to 20-minute videos. Now every video is at least 1 hour long, typically. Okay? And you get multiple videos a day. And if you wake up one day and you don't see your video, you're going to say, because I put them out in the morning. By 3 a.m., some of you guys, for example, if you're living in California, by 3 a.m., you have your video every day. Usually I have a video for you guys up by 6 a.m. every single day. All right? That's the start of the video, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 a.m. Pacific in the U.S. So a lot of you guys are getting your first video at 3 a.m. in the morning. And it will always be there. Angry will always deliver. That's something that a lot of modern women just can't handle. The notion of that you're going to always have to grind. You're always going to have to wake up and work. Okay? Like right now, I could be doing other things. My brain, guys, I am so wired. I am so wired for working that I just consciously know I have to do whatever I have to do. I have to push myself. I have to go. I have to get it. I have to grind because that's what I do as a man. And I'm not doing it for anyone else. I'm doing it for myself. Okay? It's between me and God. Life can be so exhausting. Life can be extremely exhausting. It can feel overwhelming. And most women are just not built for it. Women are not built to work for the rest of their lives. A lot of these Sims are so full of crap. And they will listen to the nonsense that women say. Because there's the things that women say, and then there's the reality of what is. Just like how they'll say they want the 666 guy, but the guy that they actually want, the guy that they actually love is Little Poncho. Fat little belly, plump. This is the guy that they love. This is the guy that they want to have their niños with. I'm telling you.
I can do this. I can do that. I can do this. I don't want to clock in no more.
I have to say, I totally agree with him about that. For me, I don't even care about being rich. I just really enjoy my free time of doing whatever I want to do. Yes, I'm grateful for my job and that I'm able to take care and support myself, but there is nothing like just being free. To me, it's not even about a dollar amount, not about having millions of dollars in my bank account. I just want to be free and relaxed. So I definitely understand where he's coming from.
Motherfuckers always asking me my dream job like I just like working. Bitch, I hate working. I tell people all the time, bro, my dream job is to not have a job. I hate clocking in. I hate talking to managers. I hate having meetings. I hate having coworkers. I hate everything about having a job. I hate having to wait on a paycheck. I hate this shit. I really hate this shit. I hate working this job. I hate working a job. I tell people this shit all the time. I don't want a job. I don't want a job. I want to act, I want to rap, because shit like that, it don't feel like a job. I want to do shit that doesn't feel like a job. It don't feel like a job. I got to wake up in the morning and swipe a card, or I got to get on Chronos and log in, get on ADT, log in. I got to motherfucking receive a call from my manager and be like, hey, did you do this? I don't want to hear none of this shit. I'm tired of this shit on my mama. I'm 2 seconds away, 2 milliseconds away from slapping my manager, my boss, and all my coworkers. I swear to God.
See, Gen Z isn't built, guys. These kids are not built for survival. Guys, do you remember back in the day when getting a job at Best Buy was like a great thing? Oh my gosh, I work at Best Buy, and you were proud to, like, there's a lot of guys are working at GameStop or, you know, working at McDonald's. Like, that was guys, these are good for nothing people, I'll tell you. Because, like, even in our 20s, a lot of us did these jobs even in our 20s, and we were grateful for it. Okay? These kids are not going to make it. These kids are not going to make it because they all think they're supposed to have they all think that they're supposed to be able to purchase a house at 22 years old, which is a complete joke. They're like, when you were 22, kid, when I was 22, there was no way I was going to purchase a house. When I was 26, it wasn't going to happen. Okay? You've got to be kidding me. That didn't happen for most Gen Xers. Did it happen for some? Sure. The vast majority, no. Even for many boomers, they didn't purchase their first home until they were in their 30s. Gen Z is Delulu.
Own this company and whoever own a company. I swear to God, I hate working. We always get underpaid. And it's so crazy because your job not really your job. It's just your turn, because at the end of the motherfucking day, they can fire you whenever the fuck they want to. If they getting low on business, they can fire you and they gonna call it a layoff, because of course you able to get unemployment if they, you know, they call it a layoff. But I'm just saying, like, your job is not really your job. It's just your fucking turn. You could be down bad on your ass and you really need to work overtime and you can't even fucking work overtime. You don't even got a job no more. You don't even fucking know because they low on business right now. But I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit. And I really hate the fact that I got to depend on this shit right now. But one day, I'm not going to need to depend on this shit. One day, I'm not going to need to depend on this shit and deal with these stinking ass customers, deal with these stinking ass managers, deal with these stinking ass coworkers. I just hate.
I already have zero fucking desire to work, but whenever the weather gets warmer, I'm going to want to quit my damn job. Like the whole thing. Today's supposed to be like in the 70s, and I know for a fact I'm not supposed to be at this damn dealership. I know I'm supposed to be at home. If the UV is 7, I'm going to absolutely break something, because that is tanning UV. And I'm working.
I have lost so much motivation to work a regular job. I don't want to work a regular job anymore. You know, it's a rat race. I've lost my energy to do so. I'm not even motivated by the money anymore. It just seems as though everybody that's around me is in their own little bubble. I don't really have anybody who communicates or talks to me anymore. Even, you know, the ones that I used to consider my close friends, they've seemed to just dropped off. So it's kind of lonely out here, isn't it? At some point, I believe that our system as to how we work and how we're supposed to live is going to change, because inflation is too high and people are not motivated to work as they used to be. People are realizing that there's a better way of going about doing things.
I mean, listen, these people are saying this, but how are they going to survive? They don't have the knowledge that I have. They don't have the skill sets to figure out how to, you know, how to use the community and the state to basically survive and thrive. They don't have that knowledge. They're hoping that inflation will save them, or they're basically just going to keep living with their parents and bumming money and food off their parents. That's their plan. All right, they think that socialism is going to come along, and then everyone's going to be getting a universal high income. There's some idiots. There's some of you idiots in the comments who also think that, and I'm not attacking all of you. But there are some of you who seem to truly believe that, you know, easy times are going to come and they're just going to print money and hand out money and give everyone money and people are going to live these great lives and they're going to be chill. And when that doesn't work out, you're going to call yourself a victim. Okay? Like, how foolish do you have to be to believe that? That's right up there with ponies with unicorns and fairies and all of that other stuff, y'all. All of that other absolute fucking nonsense. Like, you have to be out of your damn mind to really think that you're going to get a universal high income anytime soon. There's a much greater chance that you're going to find yourself homeless than you're going to get a UBI, universal basic or universal high. UBI, guys, that's $1,000 a month. That's another thing for the rest of y'all. That's $1,000 a month. That's nothing special. The UBI is nothing to boast about or anything to celebrate. That's a small amount of money. Okay? The UBI is a small amount of money, and the dumbest thing that anyone can really do is try to live off it. You have to be a freaking idiot to try to live off the UBI, okay? Because that will just mess your entire life up. That will just screw your entire thing up. Trying to live off a UBI, universal basic income. That is a boatload of stupidity, guys. Boatload of stupidity. Like, wake up and realize nothing is free in this world. You are not going to get anything for free. And if you do get something, it's not going to last. And it always comes with a price. Okay? Just like everything else, it always comes with a price. Nothing is free. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, go ahead and check out the Angry Guy Clubhouse. We have podcasts, we have chats, extended videos, we have guides. You know, there's something for everyone there. It's our space where we can talk amongst ourselves. If you want to join the community, head over to the Angry Guy Clubhouse. It is an incredible space that I've created for you guys. Where you guys, I drop new articles every single day. We have videos, we have podcasts, guys. It is incredible. It's lit. So go and check that out. There's a link to it in the description of the video. And when you sign up, guys, you will actually receive our free copy of our digital nomad blueprint. So it's going to teach you how to begin thriving and surviving and thriving. Yeah, and that's linked in the description to go ahead and get into that. You know, get your free copy, join the Angry Guy Clubhouse. I mean, guys, what do you think regarding all of this? Broke girls are tired of working, but men won't rescue them. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWM and walking away and share.